Hello, everyone. My name is Renee Arrett, and welcome to this presentation about the X39 patch. I'm so glad that you're here. And just a little quick note about who I am. I've been in the fitness slash health coach, natural health industry for about 3 decades, different certifications and studies and all that kind of stuff through the years. And none of that's important except for the fact that, I did my due diligence. And for me, this was an amazing product and I need to just be telling everybody about it. So we're going to be talking about the X39 patch from LifeWave. It involves infrared therapy. And the question we always have you been patched? So this is a disclaimer. Of course, this presentation is just for educational purposes, and it's presented by me, who I am a LifeWave brand partner, and it's not meant to give advice or anything, and no diagnosis, no treatment, no care, prevention of illnesses or anything like that. And please check with your medical doctor and before you make any decisions. So I have a question for you. The question is, how do you feel? Think about how you actually feel right now in your body, in your mind, in your emotions. Just think about that, how you feel as I present this information to you. So first of all, what's really, really cool is you are a masterpiece, right? Because you are a piece of the master. That's the coolest thing. Like, we are a piece of this puzzle of the master. And so it's really great to just think about yourself as that, just a little piece of the puzzle of the master. So I want you to think about something else too. Like, we are only as healthy as your cells are. Okay. I always teach that because it's true. That is true health. It's not about weight or any of that kind of a thing. A lot of people worry about that, but it's really, you're only as healthy as your cells are. So if your cells are healthy, then you're healthy. And something that is really important is that our cells are similar to like an aquarium. Okay, so you have an aquarium with full of fish, and the fish are like trying to like move around, and they're all happy if the water's all clean. And there's usually like something to play with, and there's a big fish that's usually like the main fish, right? So if the water's clean and everything, the fish are like your cells. They like water, they like oxygen, they like movement. They want to be happy. They want to be plump. They don't want to be all scrunched up like a raisin. They want to be like, oh, they're flying around, right? They're actually fish are swimming around, right? But that's the way your cells are. They want to be like that. But if it's all gunked up, or if there's a lot of just junk in it and you haven't cleaned it in a while and that tank's just sitting there, it's just all stuck. Well, your body's the same way, because your body is just, right? Your cells are stuck in your body. So they have no escape. Like they're in your body, and that, so they want to be healthy in your body. So that's something just to really to know. And also, you want to think of your body as systems, okay? Because your body are systems. They're not just symptoms. Like, I just have this. Like, look at all that stuff on the body. It's like not even one half of everything that's in your body. It's not just like, oh, I have a headache, or I have a backache, or I have a whatever, a symptom. Your body always works in systems, and systems always work together. So there's always something working together on that. So it's not like one thing will just kick in. It's everything works together, which is really kind of cool, actually. So think about that again as I'm sharing this information with you. Okay. So I want you to think about that puzzle we were talking about. If you think about being a piece of the puzzle, we're all pieces of different puzzles, like families or groups or whatever that we are. We kind of fit. We fit in that, right? We're a little piece of the puzzle. But if you think of the big scheme of it, like in God's plan, He has a puzzle piece for you. He has a certain puzzle that's yours. And what if like you're that last piece that's like right there? and and he's just like waiting for you to go in that piece, but you can't fit in it yet because you're not well enough to do that. Like, we have lots of things to do. Don't you want to do so much in your life? But sometimes we just don't fit. We're not ready to be that last piece. So I always think about that. I don't know if you do or not, but I really want to be a good piece of the puzzle, no matter what that puzzle is. If it's your family, or if it's where you work, or it's your career, your business, or if it's ultimately God's plan, you want to be a good piece of the puzzle, right?
All life originates with the
Have a
sun
listen.
through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light that can promote a general state of health and healthy activity unique to each LifeWave patch. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared energy emitted from the body is reflected back into the body and then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy. LifeWave phototherapy patches.
I just never get tired of hearing that. Every time I hear that, I'm like, whoa, it really fires me up again. So I'm going to tell you all about the patches, but first I think it's important that you know about the company, about LifeWave. These are LifeWave X39 patches. The company was founded in 2004. And it's in actually over 80 countries. The X39 actually took 10 years and about $4.5 million to develop. So, and it was officially launched in 2019. Now, the growth rate of LifeWave went 3,000% from 2018 to 2024. Just between that. And that was only on the X39. It wasn't on any other products that were in the company. It was just on the X39. That's why we spend so much time on it. It went from being a $20 million company to over $600 million annually, and it's on track to actually hit $1 billion. It's the fastest growing direct sales company literally in the world. And the inventor, CEO, David Schmidt, he's a scientist, inventor, and he's the founder of LifeWave. He holds over 200 patents, so over 80 clinical trials on all the different patches because there's other items that he has. He's an honorary doctor of science and technology. He's a 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. So this product is patented. The X39 patch is patented. And the words that we took out there to make it bigger, this is what we want you to see. Embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptides, which I'll tell you a little about in a sec, including the activation of stem cells, which is the mother of all cells, right? So the stem cells are the most important one out of all the cells. It's kind of like the queen bee in a beehive too, right? That's the one that controls everything. So there's improvements in energy and elevation of antioxidants. So it's patented. Nobody else has it. It's not a Me Too product. It's proven. Double-blind tests prove that the X39 elevates the GHKCU, which are 3 different amino acids, and that makes the copper peptide, and that copper peptide is known to support healthy cells. That's what we want. We want those copper peptides to support the healthy stem cells, and that's what it does. So here's the aging process. As we age, our stem cells, they mutate or they go dormant, and that's why we get wrinkles and gray hair and body aches and organ challenges. And having an abundance of the stem cells is key to aging well. Like I was saying, you are only as healthy as your cells, and especially your stem cells. So there's a cell deterioration that happens with age. When we're age 20, we have like 1 billion cells, right? And then see how it starts to decline. Like age 30, we're like 60%. We only have 40 million, right? And then it goes down. So, by the time we're 60, we only have 90% of your stem cells. And that's a lot to not have, right? So no wonder that we feel like we do. So this is really important to the aging process. So here, this is, as I said, LifeWave X39, and there is no other product like it. It's patented, it's proven, nobody else has it. We use infrared light therapy, as you saw in that little video. I'm going to talk a little bit about more in a second too. And it's clinically proven to produce younger, healthier cells. So it's recognized and compliant with the general wellness product. There's no drugs, no stimulants. It's non-transdermal and it's non-invasive. So there's nothing that going on you or in you. And it doesn't react with anything. There's no contraindications. It's very easy to use patch. You just peel and stick it right on you, and it's extremely affordable. So how does the X39 patch actually work? It works through a continuous low light infrared therapy. In the same way that the sun hits your skin and signals your body to produce vitamin D, because that's what happens. It doesn't give you vitamin D. It helps your body. It signals your body to make the vitamin D. That's what the X39 patch does. It signals your body to produce an abundance of the life-changing peptides, which are the copper peptides. So your skin is the largest signal. It's meant to signal, right? And it's also the largest organ that we have. So that's just the way it's set up, the way God set it up to be. So it signals your body to do that. So the patch isn't the miracle. Your body is the miracle. It's meant to heal itself. There's just a lot of things in the way that stop it from healing. So here's a little bit more about the infrared light, human infrared light. So we're all infrared light, and we're also electricity. But you can see that infrared if you look like with night vision or a thermal scan. And the light activates the patch, and it's causing it to reflect very specific wavelengths. And it's like a perfect and precise pattern wavelength that's in there. It's a crystalline lattice inside the patch that so when the infrared light that is inside of your body, it's like these little mirrors, right? They reflect off of there. So then it feels that infrared light feels that wavelength, and then it goes, whoa, it wakes up. And it's like, oh, okay. And then it goes to your specific stem cells. So something that's general in that little patch is on that patch, right? It's a wavelength for everybody, but then it goes to your specific DNA and it tells your body, your stem cells, your code, right? To go do what your body needs. It's so, I always say this, it's like peace of mind. It's like I call it the peace of mind patch because you just have peace of mind that it's doing, like your body's doing what it's supposed to do. You don't even have to think about it and guess. It's just that your body's taken over because your body's the boss. Your body knows. It knows what it needs. It just doesn't always have the right things to let it do it, or something's in the way. That's usually the case. Something is in the way. So these are some of the benefits of X39 based on testimonials, based on proof, based on testing, based on all types of things that people have reported through the years. You have increased strength. There's reduced inflammation. Inflammation is huge in people's bodies. It's one of the biggest things. It's just what happens in your body. People have increased stamina, vitality, and energy, otherwise known as Pizazz. There is mental clarity, brain, restored muscle and skeletal strength, improvement of sleep, improved skin appearance. And the sleep and the mental clarity go together so well because you know how your body has different systems that I was talking about, and we have a lymphatic system, right? That it's part of your immune system, and it brings out, it cleans up the toxins and tries to get them through your body and get rid of them. Well, your brain has a system similar to that, and it's called the glymphatic system with a G. So it's the same spelling except for a G. And the best way that it's able to do that is with when you sleep, when you have good sleep, when you have the right kind of sleep and the right amount of sleep, then your brain can detox and get rid of everything. So that's why that goes together a lot. A lot of people that are on the patch, me included, it helps your brain and it also helps your sleep, and they kind of go together. Some of the other things that I have noticed is that I'm not necessarily a low energy person, but my energy, even that, took only about a week, and then my energy started going up, my strength started going up, my workouts started going up. Some things that happened to my husband, he was in a firefighting accident like 50 years ago. His lungs got burned and sinuses and everything. He's always kind of had to deal with that. And it was about 5 days, and he noticed that his itching started to go away because he'd always have itchy sinuses, and hard time breathing sometimes, and that has just increased so much. And his sleep, we've been married for 30 years, and his sleep was, I don't ever remember him a time that wasn't up in the middle of the night at least for an hour. But unless you're you're traveling or something, you're just zonked out, and he would maybe go sleep the whole way through the night, but not every single night. But he's starting to sleep through the night, and I'll wake up in the morning. I'll be like, "Did you sleep the whole way through?" He said, "Yeah, I slept the whole way through." So that's great because sleep is huge for your health. Now, these are some long-term results based again on studies that people have done. Literally the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. They just start to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain begins to balance again with the brain and the clarity. Within 3 weeks, 3 months, I'm sorry, collagen begins to increase. And then within 6 months, your heart begins to reverse in age. So David Schmidt, the inventor, he always is talking. He says this is not anti-aging. This is age reversal. That's what he concentrates a lot of his studies on. He actually has some other things coming out. He has some water. He has light water coming out very soon, actually. And he is always constantly working on those types of things. He studies all different animals and all different types of things. He's a genius. He's an absolute genius. So these are some results from a topography map from a 77-year-old woman who went in with tons of inflammation. You will see that red on there. That's all inflammation. So she went in, she put the patch on for 3 weeks. She wore it behind her neck, and you can see in that second session, which is only 3 weeks later, that her brain was starting to calm down already after those 3 weeks. And then you can see after 3 weeks more, which is total 6 weeks, that it remained nice and calm in her. So if anybody is ever worried about brain activity or things like that, this is really great to see, to know that the X39 can help your body to do that. So there are many, 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 many testimonies in here. And this is just a screenshot of a website that I will give you at the end of this that you can go to. And so all those little things that you see, and you could click on all of them, and they don't necessarily go to that body part or whatever that you see right there. It's just you click on that, and then it's going to open up, and there's real people telling real stories and real testimonies about what happened to them as they were on the X-ray. And they're so emotional. They're so fun. And that's what's so fun about bringing a brand partner, is that, like, you hear so many stories. I have people call me, they're like, or text me, and they're like, Renee, this happened or this happened. It's all different things. People's hair grows more. People have other things, like people have all different types of things, their brain, their energy, eyes, different things happen to their eyes, things happen to their teeth. Their nails are growing. I've noticed that. I've noticed that with my hair. I've noticed so many different things. It's just so fun because it is different for every single person. So the instructions are that you're going to wear see where she has it right on the back of her neck. It's on C7. It's right where the bony part is, right below that. And you wear that X39 behind your neck where she has it, or you can wear it right below your navel. And you apply to clean, dry skin in the morning. You wear it for 12 hours before you get rid. You throw it away. You don't want to wear it at night. You want to give your body a chance to rest from that. And then you're just going to repeat the next day with a new patch. You want to drink plenty of clean, pure water, and consider adding some electrolytes. That's just, health stuff anyway. You should be drinking a lot of water. You should be drinking it often. You want to drink it like every 30 minutes. You don't want to drink a ton at one time. It's not about the amount. It's about the constant drinking, because your body can only absorb so much. So you want to just keep on trying to do that. And the electrolytes, you really need to have minerals. So just consider that to help the process along. So this is your perspective, and this is your part of it. Okay. So as I said, it's so fun to just hear all of it. So as this is going on, I want you to enjoy it. Right? So you decide to go on the patch would be a very smart thing to do, is you just enjoy what's happening. We give you a health tracker, and then you write down things that are like, going on in your body, and then you just start checking them off. And then sometimes you even add things you didn't even know. You're like, I didn't even know I felt this, but now I feel this, and I can carry this, and I can do, there's all different types of things. So you want to take note of that. Some people even take pictures before and then after. And then you just keep on checking like monthly as you go on, because the cool thing is that the patches will go to work where it's needed. So again, your body is the boss. It knows. So it's different for everybody. So sometimes people will be like, well, we'll get rid of my wrinkles. And yeah, it has for some people, but sometimes that's not the most important thing. Like sometimes there's something going on in an organ. So your body's like, no, that's way more critical. Because remember, your body is always there protecting you. That's why you have pain sometimes, because it's protecting you from the pain, but it's also saying like, hey, something's going on here, so you will do that. So just think about that, and you really want to commit to it. Like, you don't want to just, slap it on and think like it's gonna, one day and you're gonna be better. You want to commit to it because it's your body, it's you, it's your health. You have to live in there, and there's nothing worse than not feeling good. So really, like, invest in yourself. So this is a LifeWave patch is going global for sure. RFK Jr. does wear it, and our leaders have verified that, and he's wearing it, the X39 patch. So it's good to know that somebody who knows a lot about health is wearing the LifeWave X39 patch. So I want you to think about this, if you would, with me. As you're listening to this, were you thinking of like a ton of people who you want to share this with? I mean, I was the first time I heard this. I'm like, "Da, da, da, da." I got all these people that I think, oh my gosh, they could use it so much. So think about who, right? Because most people, when they hear this, they don't want to keep it to themselves. They don't want to just be like, I just want to try this. I want to tell everybody about it, and think about why you even want it. Like, do you want to be out? Like, you want to be healthier, right? But like, why? Like, do you want to play with your kids more, your grandkids? You want to go away? Like, is there a place, a place that you want to go and visit, go on vacation, but you just don't have the energy to do that? What would you do if you felt better? Like, and if you're not going to do it now, like, when are you going to do it? So, just think about those things, and how are you going to, I always think about this. I always think about, what would my 90-year-old self look like? So the things that I do are for then too. It's not just for now. It's like, what am I going to be like when I'm 90? Like, so if you're already sick and you're not at that age yet, right? If you already don't feel good, think about that. So things are always for future. That's what I think about a lot. So this is how you can join the LifeWave, family. A lot of people do different things, right? But what a lot of people do is they see the value in being a partner with a $200 million company. So what they do is like I said, they're already thinking about a ton of people that they want to share this with. So these three levels right up here, these are the three. Normally, if you bought the product just retail, it would be $149. And here's how it works is there is a sleeve. You see the little packages, the little envelopes there. It's called a sleeve, and it has 30 patches in it, so a month's worth, okay? But they just call it a sleeve. So if you just went and bought it, off of a person, off of one of the brand partners, just retail, it would be $149. If you're smart and you want to get the wholesale, you go in at $99 and you just get the auto ship, because you're going to be on it for a while anyway, because you want to see, that's the whole point, is you want to like see all the different changes. So some people do that. So if you did that, and if you're thinking about other people you want to share this with, what a lot of people do is they just go straight in as a brand partner, because there's no pressure to do anything. There's no amount you have to do or anything. It's just that you get to partner with this $200 million company, which is really cool. And they give away about 60%, which is really unheard of in a type of company. It's kind of like I'm honored to be a part of it. So the first level that you see right there is called a core, and it's $295, and you would get 3 sleeves, right? So there's a little bit of discount, because 3 sleeves are $99, so you're getting about $5 off total of those 3 sleeves. And then, especially if there's like a couple, right? So there's 2 of you, you're already going to use 2, and then you have another one, then you order an auto ship because you want to keep going, and you want to be sharing it. So you're going to be sharing the patches with people, and then you just, have fun sharing it. And then other people who have either maybe a bigger family, or maybe they really like see the opportunity and they really want to go ahead and get started, so they want to share a lot. Well, then they'll go in that at the advanced level, where they they're going to get 6 different sleeves, and that's going to be $535. So that's even like more of a discount on there. And that's where like a little bit more of the money starts opening up, and they're able to make a little bit more streams of the money there. And then some people, they go in at the premium level, which is even more. Now that's usually for people that are like a salon or a church or a chiropractor. There's a lot of doctors in LifeWave. There's a lot of chiropractors. There's a lot of medical doctors. There's a lot of churches, because the churches, they want to help their people, get healthier. So there's a lot of different things that reasons why people go in at a little bit of a higher level. Plus, it's like it's the best value because you're getting way more. It goes down to about 87 a piece instead of 99. So that's a really good value. And then, of course, you're always welcome to just go in as a preferred customer if you want. You just go and try the product. It's $99 for each. The choice is yours, of course. And you're absolutely, if you want to go in as a preferred customer, try it. Absolutely. It's a wonderful thing. You do whatever you want. I'm just showing you all the different options that you have. So this is the bottom part of the form. So the other part was the top. And what you're going to do is you're going to complete that form. You fill out all the information and you're going to send it back to the person who invited you. First of all, thank them for inviting you because they cared enough to invite you to this. And then you're going to complete it all. And if you have questions, you can talk to them about it. And if it's me, of course, you can talk to me about it. If you can send that form back to me, or if you have any questions, you contact me with those questions. So it's really easy. It's not really tough at all. And so X39, here's the cool thing about it. There's testimonies. They are like life-changing and emotional. It's so fun to hear. I have people, like I was telling you before, people that calling me or texting me, telling me different things have happened. It's so emotional because everybody's so happy. Like, I'm out of pain. I can move. All different things. Like I can, so many different things. And it's everybody's just so different. It's not like the same thing happens all the time. And the cool thing is it's so sophisticated, right? So, David Schmidt, he's brilliant. He's a scientist. There's so much sophistication that came in with all this, the wavelengths and everything, but yet it's so simple to explain. It's just like the sun, and the sun just, it's just like what happens there. The patch touches your skin, your skin signals, the infrared light signals your skin, and then your body goes in and does what it needs. And if you don't feel comfortable explaining it yet, that's okay. There's tons of people to explain it, and there's also a website that does it. The cool thing is that it absolutely works. That's the best thing about it. So this is what brand partners do. Just to share with you real quick about like that part of it is like, this is what we do. This is literally what we do. We share it with people. So you can either just tell them about it. Like, hey, did you hear about this stem cell patch that helps to reactivate your dormant stem cells? Or you can just ask them how they're feeling. It's just in your everyday life. You're not like, I'm going out to do my life wave, right? You just are. It just is. It's your lifestyle. It's just the way you are. Sometimes people just notice and say, why are you like looking, why are you feeling so good? Why do you have so much energy? Whatever. Sometimes they're just asking you. It's happened to me. And then you just invite them to see a little bit more information. Like if they're interested, say you want to go to a presentation, something like this. There's also lots of live presentations. I do them too, Zoom calls where it's interactive. And then there's also a website, the website I'm going to show you in a second, that they can go to. And then you just follow up with them and you ask them like, hey, is this something that you're interested in? They'll totally be amazed, right? Like you are right now, probably. So this is a little bit, again, just real short with the compensation plan. If you just did those couple things that I said and went in like at the lower level of that, you just went in and just started telling people, like I said, you would make money in two different ways already, from the customers that you had down here, the retail or the preferred customers. And then also you would also generate some income from the people that decided to be brand partners. So every time somebody else decides to be a brand partner, then that increases your income too. So then if you decided that was just from doing that, if you decided you want to be a little more, into it, and then you sharing more, then you start to realize, wow, this is a unique opportunity, and it's so great. Like just being direct with people. It's direct sales. You only have two different teams. You have two people. There's several different ways that you make money. It's real easy to get on the system. We help you with that. So if you see this right here, like say this was me right here, and then I have two people that are two different teams. Every time I invite somebody and share with them and they decide that they want to be a brand partner too, it all builds on top of each other, right? So if you're in that line, then all of a sudden you start building up points and you start banking those. And then you start, and then as you start to get more and more serious, if you do, if you don't, that's okay too. But then you start making even cycle bonuses. That's what they call them, cycle bonuses. And there's a lot of people that make a lot of money. And so it's just whatever you choose to do. And that's when that second level is going to start to kick in. And there's even two more levels I'm not even telling you about. This is just the beginning part of just that. And the income potential, as you can see, is ridiculously high. It just depends on what you want and what you're interested in. So again, you want to thank and contact the person who invited you because they loved you enough to care about that. Just whatever questions that you may have, or if you think that, hey, I want to join, or I want to, I want to try the patch, whatever it may happen to be, they will have a website similar to this. It'll be lifewave.com/their name if you want to just go right there. If I'm the person that invited you here, this is my website, and you feel confident, you want to go to that website and just order, then you feel free. We feel like you need to talk, which is absolutely fine. You have questions, you can email me at renee@pizzazz again, or you want to get in touch with that person that invited you here too. Then they can answer more questions for you if you have that. If you just would like to hear more testimonies, you want to read more about LifeWave, this is the website. It's called thisisitinfo.com. You want to write that down, THISISITINFO @.com. And that's going to be like that picture that I showed you, that screenshot of all that. That was just a screenshot of all the different places that you could click, all those little lines you click, and you can hear the real stories from people. If you have, and you will hear from David, the inventor. You will hear from other doctors. There's all kind of research you can see. There's all different information there. Feel free, absolutely research all you want. It's wide open. You can see everything that you need to do. And so just to recap real quick, LifeWave, 20-year-old company, open in over 80 countries. It's not a Me Too product. It's not weight loss or skincare or a supplement. And not that there's anything wrong with any of those industries. It's just that we kind of, at LifeWave, we have that all wrapped up. Nobody can touch it. Nobody can touch what we have. Nobody can compete because there's absolutely no competition. From 21 to 24, it went from 20 million to 600 million. And in 2025, it's on track to be a $1 billion company. So that's pretty cool. So X39, it's unique, it's patented, and it's proven. And I just wanted to thank you very much for your precious time, because your time is very, very precious. I thank you for watching this presentation, and please go and talk to the person that invited you. And in the meantime, I want you to make it a great day and add some pizzazz. Bye.